Good Saturday morning, everyone. It is Saturday, July 18th, 2026. And this is going to be just a brief update. I've got my I got my at-home glasses on. I call them my hipster doofus glasses. But anyway, let me show you a little bit what's going on. We finally have something of tropical interest in the Atlantic basin. Been sneezing for weeks, but just look here. We finally have something in the Atlantic. I don't know if this is going to become a tropical storm or just a depression or just an open tropical wave, but boy, I don't know if you can see me circling with my pointer cursor here, but we have quite a lot of cloud cover across the eastern Gulf. And you can see out here we have a dying out tropical storm. I don't know the name of it out here in the eastern Pacific, but it's quickly moving off to the northwest into cold waters off of the northern Baja California peninsula and Southern California. So that's not going to have any impact except bringing some heavier rains to Arizona in the next couple of days. Let me show you what's going on in the Gulf. Wow, we have quite a lot of thunderstorm activity bubbling up here. This is pretty impressive looking, really. And this is so here's what we have. We have a low pressure area trying to form somewhere in this area. Ah, excuse me. You can see we have thunderstorms bubbling up here and sliding to the south, and we have thunderstorms here bubbling up and going north. So clearly we have a counterclockwise spin, and this is mostly at the mid levels. This isn't at the surface yet. However, with these thunderstorms here can wrap in and start blowing up more in this area. I think there's a very good chance by tonight or this afternoon we'll have a what they call a potential tropical cyclone. That's the new classification system from the National Hurricane Center when a tropical weather feature has attained enough characteristics to warrant it to be called a potential tropical cyclone, meaning it's almost a tropical storm or a depression, but it hasn't quite reached it yet. It just needs a couple of parameters to be made, like a low level center needs to form, and you need to have sustained winds of 35 miles per hour around that center. Right here across my neck of the woods here in north central Florida, you can see we got some low cloud cover. This is from all the rain that happened yesterday afternoon. This whole area right here had heavy rain and thunderstorms, and it poured down, and so that moisture from the ground rose up, and because of the southerly winds, it's carrying a pocket of low clouds that are slowly sliding north towards Lake City and Jacksonville, but they're going to burn off here in the next hour or so as it gets a little later. If you're going to be going to the beaches along the east coast of Florida, like I am today, um, there's going to be more sun than clouds, but there will be a good chance of thunderstorms after about 1 to 2 p.m. So look, you be on the lookout for that. But this area right here, from about Cedar Key all the way down to Fort Myers, and then inland about 50 miles like this whole area is going to fill in with heavy thunderstorms, slow moving, heavy thunderstorm rains this afternoon. So we could see some areas that get upwards of 4 inches of rain in isolated areas in this whole swath that I just excuse me, that I just filled in. So yeah, the system's looking pretty impressive. Let's go to the let's go to the radar loop here real quick and see what this is looking on the radar out of the Tampa Bay area. And as you can see, oh yeah, oh yes. Let me get a different color here and see if I can point this out. Yeah, there's definitely a mid-level circulation right in here. So basically just 50, 60 miles off the coast of Sarasota. There's a mid-level circulation there. Already raining really heavy down in Bonita Springs, Naples, Fort Myers. Getting ready to move up into places like Northport and Port Charlotte, and then that will rotate north and northwest towards Manatee and Sarasota counties, and then eventually the Tampa Bay area. So yeah, we've got some heavy rain, especially on the west upper or lower west coast of Florida. That's going to eventually make it to the upper west coast of Florida, and the counties like Pinellas, Hillsborough, Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus counties, all those areas north of Tampa Bay will fill in this afternoon with heavy rain, heavy thunderstorms. So it's going to be quite stormy. And before I close this video, let me look at the a couple of computer model forecasts. So let's look at the computer model forecasts for the Euro AI, which is this one. I'm just going to walk through this. Actually, let me minimize that so I can get a better idea. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. So look at this feature right here across the Gulf. I don't know why it's at the bottom. So looks like it's really trying to just kind of spin across the Eastern Gulf. Doesn't really, the Euro AI doesn't show this thing doing a whole lot. It's going to move more towards, according to this model, towards the Mississippi, Louisiana coast. Interesting. And then another wave moves in from the Southwest Atlantic. And then we have, it looks like it depicts a trough in the jet stream dipping down pretty far with a frontal system. And so let's keep going forward. What day is this? This is the 27th. This is next Monday. Wait, next week. So it looks like we're going to have still quite a rainy pattern across Florida, according to this model run. And now let me go to one more model. Let's go to the GFS AI, see what it has to say. Back up a little bit. Okay, the GFS AI kind of has the same story here. See what it's showing. Hmm. Doesn't seem like the GFS AI is too excited about this thing also. Shows it just kind of meandering across the northeastern Gulf and then just kind of falling apart and getting absorbed into a front, kind of similar to the AI model of the Euro. So, but it's showing the same thing as the Euro. It's showing a frontal system with a trough in the jet stream dipping down across Florida. So it looks like the last week of July is going to be quite a stormy one across Florida, especially in the afternoon and evening. When we have that frontal system come down and we have that afternoon heating, the thunderstorms will start popping across North Florida, all the way from Pensacola to Jacksonville, and then all the way down to Orlando, all areas in between. And we're going to get quite a stormy pattern going into the first few days of August, it looks like. So, and we could have a tropical feature try to develop here in the Bahamas around the 3rd or 4th of August. So that could be interesting. But anyway, that's all I have to share right now. I hope you all have a good Saturday and have fun. And just know that storms are coming if you live in Central Florida. It's going to be quite a lot of rain this afternoon and evening. Talk to you guys later. Bye.